Hello. Aloha. I'm like really excited after what we just did today. So I wanted to come on and share. Um so if you haven't already, join the group Onward to Feed a Nation on Facebook. And it's Sister Jamie Rodriguez, who's connecting people, farmers or people occupying lands, to help kokua them, to take care of them with any needs like clearing space, um, any equipment or supplies that people may need. So we just went to Waimanalo and picked up some pots and other like planting kind of stuff. And somebody came, helped with a trailer and a big truck, and we had a couple other trucks, and they gave us a whole bunch of stuff like pots and supplies, like I said, and we loaded it up and brought it down to a spot in Kunia where a family is occupying their Hawaiian Airlands. So I just wanted to say first that it's freaking exciting and amazing because like Jamie and Sister Jamie and I talk about, from the stand on Mauna Kea, we saw that we don't need the freaking government. We don't need to take the fucking shit that they're handing down to us, trying to make us their slaves, bowing down to what they want us to do, and not caring about what we want, right? And what we want is to be free, to take care of our own families and our own kids the way that we want to. We should be able to do that. So we're in a special situation being in Hawaii, right? Because of, if you're Hawaiian, you have Kuleana lands, you have Hawaiian Air lands, you have Crown lands that you can occupy. In other words, plant yourself there with a tent or whatever, and start planting food and hold the space. Now, if we all do that throughout this island, we'll just focus on Oahu for now, but there's people doing it all over, right? All over Hawaii. Then they cannot really do anything, right? Because how are they going to get rid of all of us? And if they try to get one spot, then we all hui around that spot and make sure nothing happens to them. You know, just like Mauna Kea, we just take care of each other. So if you really think about it, with the mandates and the jabs and all this kind of stuff, it's making a us versus them, right? The jabbed and unjabbed. The unjabbed are unable to do certain things. How far is this gonna go, right? Are we gonna be able to shop in like regular grocery stores eventually or not? So my mindset is to opt out, like literally just opt out of everything and not depend on money, not depend on the government, all that, and claim Hawaiian Kingdom subject. So I'll be under Hawaiian Kingdom. Anybody can do it. Of course, it's a big step going from being a U.S. citizen, or I'm sorry, we're a U.S. corporation. Actually, we're a corporation with our social security numbers and our names in capital letters. So the U.S. like buys and trades us on the stock market. I didn't know that. Interesting. So we're starting from the ground, boots on the ground, going for it. People are claiming their Kuleana lands, just occupying lands and letting people know. They're doing documentation so that if anybody tries to come around and say that they cannot be there, they have documentation saying that they have a right to be there. And with all the land grabs that's been going on now, we see all the pop-ups of whatever kind of things that is being built, right? From Ewa to wherever, Waimanalo, they're trying to. People need to occupy lands right now. Find out your genealogy and find out where your lands are, and get connected with this onward feed a nation, because this is what it's gonna take. It's gonna take people doing the work, working together, and opting out of the system. What do we really need? Food and shelter, and we have water for now. If we need to figure that out maybe later on, but right now, main thing, right, is food and shelter. So and we need to plant food. We all need to be planting food, even if you just live in an apartment. Because what if, or not if, when the ships stop coming, when the planes stop flying, this is going to happen. I mean, 9/11 stopped it. So, I mean, what makes us think that this is not going to happen at this scale with everything that's going on in the world, right? We only have enough food for a few weeks to feed everybody. And then what's going to happen? So we really need food in the ground. Yes, planting anything you can. Anything, literally, that you can eat. So I've been helping with this spot in Hauula. So we're opening that spot. And then we got this spot in Kunia. As soon as other places come up, we'll let you guys know. But right now, follow Onward to Feed a Nation. Jamie Rodriguez is the one that's leading it and organizing and everything. I'm so glad that I got to hook up with her, and now I'm just like following her around. Like wherever stuff is going on, I want to be there, because this is what it's gonna take. We gotta back each other up. We gotta take care of each other. We cannot depend on anybody, nobody else, just ourselves. And building this connection, I mean, with how we were all like in quarantine and we're supposed to be social distancing and all this crap. Like they want us to feel like we're alone, like we have nothing, right? So that we depend on them even more. Like, oh, what should we do now, government? When really we should be taking care of each other, and that's it. Like that's all it's gonna take, is us taking care of each other. So making the connections, having that same vibrational understanding, the same understanding that we're all in this together. And slowly maybe other people are going to come around and be like, oh, what you guys doing? And then like change their mindset too. But it starts somewhere. So if you have even a little bit of a freaking feeling that this is something that you want to be involved with, let's go. The time is now, because we don't know what's going down next. They got vaccines for the kids in schools. Now they're coming after the 5-year-olds, and yeah, we don't know. So let's do this. This is what it's gonna take. Us doing the work, us getting together, us loving and caring for each other. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. So I hope that you guys, whoever sees this, gets excited and inspired too. Oh, so I just like talked to a brother that's doing a seawall in I think it's Kahalu or that side. And yeah, so I'm gonna see if we can volunteer over there. And then got Sister Kehao on Mokuea Islands off Sand Island, where the airport is and everything. You can see all those little islands that are right off the coast of Sand Island. Yeah, she takes care of there. She does groups. She takes so fun. Go off of Sand Island, jump in a canoe, and we paddle to the islands. And she tells the history and the stories of all the families that were there, and then some that had to move because they were, trying to kick people out because they're trying to make it whatever, all the industrial stuff. So super powerful. Wahine over there holding it down. So I'm gonna see what we can do and get a group over there too. So yeah, I'm just excited. I wanted to share. Thank you for listening. And yeah, I can't wait to hear what other people are doing. Share if you know of a spot they need help clearing, planting. Everybody should be doing that in their own spaces, in their homes, in their neighborhoods, getting together, planting food, making connections, realizing that we need each other, and that's the only way we're gonna survive this, is by connecting, making the connection with each other, realizing that we're all in this together. We got to take care of each other, planting food, creating space, making shelters. But first, we have to occupy the land. So if you have any Hawaiian, go trace that stuff back. Find out your Kuleana lands, Hawaiian Airlands, all that stuff. There's a process, some paperwork that you might have to do. But other than that, occupy and put yourself there and start planting the Hawaiian cultural practices. And then people will be around you. We gotta have each other's back, just like on Mauna Kea. This is what it's gonna take. This is the new front lines of Mauna Kea. Spreading it out. It's spread out now. We're gonna do it on every island because we need it. Look at the billionaires buying up lands on different islands. Like, what the actual F, right? And then if they start putting shit up, then you got to deal with battling them over that kind of stuff. But if we get it now and there's nothing there or small stuff there, then, you know, we just hold it down and back each other up. This is what it's going to take. So, Maya, I don't know if you heard me earlier or if you're even still on, but we just came from Hale in Waimanalo, and they donated a bunch of pots and supplies for planting stuff, because Jamie from Onward to Feed a Nation, who's organizing this, her goal is to help everybody start planting their own food, their own la'au lapa'au, to have in their own spaces in their own neighborhoods. So having stuff to give away. So like when we did the Malama Aina, right? There was one in Hakapu'u and then the one over there in Hauula where I'm helping. So we got people there to, you know, clear some space to plant stuff. So when people are pau, then we'll Jamie's idea is to have plants of la'au or whatever food to take home after you pau Malama Aina at the different spots. So always reciprocal, right? But it's not about money. F money. We cannot do this money shit already. It's going to be about exchange, energy exchange, a different energy exchange. There's money, energy exchange, but we're going to wipe out the money part because it's messing everybody up. And we don't want to be tied to the government anymore, right? We cannot depend on them. So we're taking a stand, just like Mauna Kea. We're going to let things go of like consumerism, having TV, having all kind basic necessities of what we think living, like toilet, shower, you know, the nice stuff that we have, and going back to basics. What is basics? Housing, shelter, and food, right? Other than that, what do you really, really need? Each other. We need, you know, love. We need our connection to people. And that's what they're trying to take away from us. All of that. You cannot work if you don't get a job. You cannot, who knows? I'm assuming that because I live with Section 8 housing, that they're going to say, okay, you got to get the job in order to keep your housing. I'm anticipating that. And I'm willing to let that all go. Like PAO US, being a corporation under the US, I'm going to be Hawaiian Kingdom National. So that's the plan, and that's the idea, that's the goal, that's the lifelong legacy of my life. And all the people who are hooing around this movement. And I think it would be smart if everybody did, because unless you want to be a slave, a robot slave. I shouldn't be laughing because it's kind of true, but yeah. So I hope everybody can kind of sit and think about what's going on and learn more about it. Learn more about food sovereignty, how like we should be anticipating that the barge is not going to come, airplanes are not always going to come, the government not going to take care of us. So what do we need? We need food, we need shelter. So that's what we're working on right now, building the communities so that all the communities know of each other, all the people who are occupying know of each other, so that if anything happens, we can hui around people that need it, right? Just like how there was the stand at Sherwoods. Just like how there was a stand in Kapolei. I can't remember where it was now, but taking stands again. They said this is more important, I think, because this is sustainability, this is livelihood, this is where you're gonna go, right? So the other day, Sister Jamie was in Nanakuli and she posted that the city was kicking houseless people off the beach. And I never sleep the night before. So I was all riled up and I went down there and was telling the city workers, what, you're not shame on you. And one guy told me, go home. I was like, what? You go home, get a heart. It was freaking nuts seeing these people taking all these people's, I'm gonna cry, belongings, and they have nothing else, and just taking it, putting it in the trash. Like, what the actual hell? In a place where it costs $1 million to buy a house, nobody can really live here on an income, one income, without being on support or whatever, living in multi-generational housing, whatever. It's just not sustainable. So that's why I'm like, okay, we gotta take care of each other, opt out the system, boots on the ground, do a new way, a way that we know is sustainable and feels good to our souls, right? Okay, I'm gonna go before I start crying. Thank you for listening to my rant and my excitement of the day, and I look forward to seeing anybody else who's gonna come out. Aloha, love you all.